think what needs to be done by government is that at all levels, government must be very decisive. It must take the right decision, like the Prof said. And taking this right decision means empowering the security agents, equipping them, and the security agents themselves, when they are going on operations, such as the one that happened in Nasarawa State, they must understand what we call the grounds and the terrain. Because there's what we call civilian control of defense. And even if, for instance, directives are given on any assignment, it's left for security agents to understand a particular ground and know how to approach it. For instance, it is unacceptable for that number of security men of the police and the DSS to be on a particular assignment like that. Over 100 officers and men. What happened? Does it mean that the police did not study the ground very well to understand this particular group? This is a group that is in a particular area, and therefore they should have studied the group very well and understand their own dynamic before they send their men there. So this is, I think that there is a gap on the part of how the security, the police deployed to this particular area, and there is also issue with how federal government has managed security generally in the country, like the Prof said. Even though I disagree with you on the issue of amnesty, there is nothing wrong with the amnesty given to Niger Delta. I think what is wrong is the implementation of the amnesty program. How is it implemented? Is it getting to the right people, those who should benefit from it? That is the issue. Because as a country we have our own dynamics. So I don't think anything is wrong with amnesty. And again, when you even look at the issue of Boko Haram, a man who has chosen to die, for whatever reason, what kind of penalty are you going to give to that person? So I think that we must look at the other aspect of counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency, winning the heart and the mind or even the community that support and hold these people, and also trying to win back what we call a counter-ideology. If they have an ideology, there should be a counter-ideology that will first break those who will go into their fold, and also to stop them going and also circulating this kind of ideology.
Well, I think you just highlighted a big point here, talking about counter-ideology. Perhaps you should also let us in on what transpired. You know, we have so many versions of what has happened in Nasarawa State. You're all from Nasarawa State, apart from being a journalist. So what did you get out of Nasarawa State?
Well, let me also correct that, Suleiman. Not necessarily from I am a journalist, and my interest area is defense and security, one of my interest areas. So I comment on all areas of security in this country. Maiduguri, Boko Haram issue, kidnapping, Niger Delta. I've done some researches on that. So I know this issue. In Nasarawa State, for instance, we have to look at the dynamics of the group. What is the message? What is the ideology? What are they? Why is the group established? When was it established? Has it always been there? How are they armed? Where are they getting the arms? And what have they been doing? This group has consistently been causing mayhem to all other ethnic groups in Nasarawa State from investigation. In addition to that, they are forcefully going to churches and mosques to force people to come and belong to their cult group. There is no compulsion in religion. So why should they go around to force people to be part of their own religion or cult group, if you like? And what is the role of a lead from this particular area? What are they saying? Are they condemning it?
Yeah, but give us
Are
your
they trying to reach
impression
out to the leader of the group to say, no, this is not the way to go?
Yeah, because, I mean, if this group has been there, you know...
The dynamics The dynamics of it is that, one, there is a challenge. This group is known, is living within a particular area. So that is the difference between this group and Boko Haram. They know them, people know them, they occupy a particular area, they are still occupying a particular area. So what needed to be done is for government to be very decisive, take the right decision, go there, no matter how long it will take, get the leader. If there is a need to discuss with him, discuss with him. If you have to use somebody from within the community elite, this is a community that have elite in this government. So the necessary step must be taken, and we must learn the right lesson from other countries. In America and other countries, even every operation is taken seriously. When the Nigerian police was sent their Air Force, were they there with APC, armored personal carrier? Do we have helicopters? How did we approach them? What is their ideology? How are we trying to counter their ideology? These are all the things that we need to look at.
Yeah, but you know, the governor in Nasarawa, Al-Makura, had said when he went to brief State House, I mean the vice president, because the president was not around at the time. Remember, he said that this group had been dislodged a year ago, but they now reinforced, came back, and then struck. It means that they've been doing something about this, but not that they actually folded their arms. But if you look at the comments that he made, would you say that having been dislodged a year ago, did they do as much as they can as a state government? Did you get the question? Well, the state governor, Tanko Al-Makura, had said that the group had been dislodged a year ago, but that they only reinforced and attacked.
Yes, in any way, the governor, from my own findings too, has not just folded his arm, and even reporting the issue and discussing it at the Security Council as was done, is also part of his own attempt to find a permanent solution to this group. The group was dislodged before, but again the group came up, and now the name of the group is that it is our turn. The meaning of that particular overture is that it is our turn, and that is looked at as a political, it has a political undertone. So again, we must, in solving this problem, we must look at the dynamics of the politics of Nasarawa State. Whose turn is it? What do they want to achieve? What is the group set out to achieve? And again, this takes me to the issue raised by Professor Femi about even the federal government trying as much as possible to engage with think tanks to understand this country. If you talk about Metetine, like you said, it's not new. So if groups have emerged, it is not just enough for federal government. Yes, the president came back, cut short his trip, which is a commendable effort. Yes, the president has also established a committee, inaugurated a committee to check the issue of small arms and light weapons, which again, from research, is what is fueling insurgency all over this country, because no matter how dangerous a person is, once the person is armed, arming the person is also another challenge. So, but more importantly, the question that we need to ask, and that is why I said earlier about the role of the elite from this area. Yes, the group is based within a particular community, and as I speak with you from our finding, this group is still heading on to its ground. In the past 74 hours, yes, we must mourn those who have gone, which is very unfortunate. But what is the step taken by the federal government? Because state governors all over Nigeria, they don't have control of police or SSS. It's the federal government that owns the military. It's the federal government that owns the police. It's the federal government that owns the SSS and other security agents. It's the federal government that can deploy and even withdraw deployment.
I'm happy you just talked about deployment now, because the argument is who actually deployed the troop down to this particular locality, because if the federal government or the Office of the Inspector General of Police knows nothing about this particular operation, then who call these slain policemen as well as SSS operatives to go into that particular community to make an arrest? Slain policemen as well as SSS operatives to go into that particular community to make an arrest.
Suleiman, that of course, even for a layman, nobody comes into the premises of channel television. Nobody will come to the studio where you are sitting now without following the right protocol or channel or whatever. So I don't think that is correct, that maybe nobody is aware. Of course, we are aware that there was a security meeting based on the challenges on ground. And as a governor of a state, any governor who has a challenge like that, what is important for the governor to do is to inform the security agents. How the security agents deploy and solve this problem is entirely left for them. So even the other issue that was raised by Prof, which I just want to comment on, about the two policemen who are from the ethnic group that is terrorizing this particular area. I mean, in war you do everything to win. In that particular, as bad as it means it is also the duty of the security agents to be able to also have an intelligent report on this group before they deploy their men. Going for a battle is not a wedding ceremony, Suleiman. A battle is a serious affair. It's not a wedding ceremony where you line up people to be celebrating. It is very unfortunate. This is not, even in war, in real total war situation, if you lose up to 100 men in one thread, then that commander will go back and ask himself about his own war strategy. So the step that was taken by security agents was wrong, which means they underrated their opponent, and in battle, even in political battle, you don't underrate their opponent. In politics, people from one camp plan their men in other camp to know what is happening there. Why shouldn't even the security get intelligence? That means the group will be able to beat the security agents' hands down. That is what it means. And therefore, we should learn the right lessons. Unfortunately, in this country, we are not learning the right lessons. What are the lessons learned from Niger Delta? We had a case in Niger Delta where, in the past, soldier officers and men who do not have amphibious training were sent there. Officers who cannot swim. We have had cases like that in Bakassi. We have had cases like that in Liberia. So we have to go back to the books. What are researches that are carried out in National Defense College? What are researches carried out in National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies? What are the researches carried out